Hi traders, Joseph here from Eightcap. Welcome to today's report. So we'll be focusing on the US dollar Swiss franc and the US dollar CAD, and we'll also be looking at the US30 as we have the FOMC meeting early tomorrow morning local time, which is Australian Eastern Standard Time, and that will be from 4 a.m. where we'll have the FOMC statement, the federal funds rate, and the FOMC press conference will follow at 4:30 a.m. So another key, well not key, but another interesting piece of US data coming out will be advanced GDP later on Thursday into the evening. That'll be at 10:30 p.m. and this is based on the forecast. They're looking for 4.4%. It's an increase on the previous 4.3%. So it will be a bit interesting to see how the recovery is continuing to track. But firstly, we want to just concentrate on the FOMC. Lately, there's been more talk from the FOMC about winding back to a degree the current bond buying program that's been running since the coronavirus pandemic started last year, and this has been a real fuel for US stocks, and it's also been a real lower driver for the US dollar. So news of tapering has been positive for the USD lately, and stocks so far haven't really been too influenced by it. We did see some reaction when the words were dropped previously, but lately, as we've been seeing this week and last week, indexes like the Nasdaq and the S&P have been continuing to hit new record highs. And what we will be looking for from the Fed tonight is some more words about inflation, whether it is continued to be seen as temporary. We do know that inflation has been an issue in the States at the moment due to government spending and other factors. This has continued to be seen as temporary by the Fed, and we will like to see if that continues to be the message coming through, and any news surrounding tapering. The other new development that's been creeping in and is starting to become more of an issue is the Delta variant of the coronavirus. Now that's really increasing in numbers in the US. They've seen, very high numbers of infection, going back to levels not seen since last year. And we are wondering if that is going to, force a more cautious hand from the Fed, and if it's going to influence them in possibly, looking at tapering more further away now, or if they're still going to look at it and still talk about tapering, or if the variant is seen as a real issue, is that going to postpone it, and are we going to see the current bond buying program continue as it is for the time being? So it does, I think, come down to a lot to how the Fed sees the impact of Delta at the moment, and if it's raising some real concerns around the future of the recovery in the US at the moment, and if that's going to change their hand at all. So it will be an interesting statement coming out early tomorrow morning. So if you are awake, and it's very early for us Australians, definitely have a look at it and see how the market reacts to that. Rates are as expected to stay on hold. So now, just looking at some of the charts, we can see a fair bit of consolidation after that break higher on US dollar Swiss franc. We are watching this area from 91.35. It looks to be forming as support, but we do have plenty of resistance up, at 92.56, and also down at 92.13 to 15. So the onus is going to be if we do see a break up, or if we are going to see continued consolidation and congestion, possibly sway back to sellers as they have been more dominant this week so far, and if we do see a new push lower. So a lot will come down to the message. Now, the USD to the Canadian also has oil as a key factor, but it also does take into its stride, developments in the Fed policy and the US dollar strength itself, but oil is just another factor. So we did see a strong break yesterday, and we do see support down at that 25.38 area. So a break below that area could signify possibly a bit of a fracture in this medium-term trend here. And if we did see a big close lower, that could show a change in momentum on the short term at least. But if we do see, some positive things come out for the USD and oil remains sort of dormant and not moving too high, we could see a new extension higher for the dollar CAD, and potentially continuing this current trend. So just finally, we're going to look at the US30. We can see yesterday we had a move lower after new highs were put in, and so new records were reached just the previous day. Now we still don't have much direction here, so we have this break higher that we've been watching since last week. We did have a move lower yesterday, and we are seeing a fair bit of selling against early morning rally in the out of hours. So I think traders will be looking to the FOMC to get a bit of guidance about if there's going to be federal support. This support we know very well has been driving this incredible rally for a very long time now. So I'm not calling a top or an end to it at all. It's been a very dangerous rally to try and call a top on. There's been a couple instances where it did look like it was going to possibly start a more medium-term correction, but they were rejected each time, and we saw new breaks higher eventuate pretty quickly. This is point in case on the last move lower that we saw, after that strong move down, we just saw that strong recovery rally straight away. So depending on the message tonight, would be looking to see a possibility of a new continuation, new record highs, or if things aren't good, possibly set up a new test which could test lower. But we would be looking, we'll just drop down to the 4 hour, we would be looking for this area to show potential support. If it was broken at that level, that could be something a little bit more to keep an eye on. So all eyes will be looking to the message that comes out from tonight's FOMC meeting. So again, that starts at 4 a.m. and the press conference is at 4:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So have a fantastic rest of your day, and if you're trading, all the best with that. And thank you very much for watching and listening, and good trading, and bye for now.